Down goes John Kelly. Down goes John Kelly. But, in the Trump administration, that's getting a little old. I mean, it feels like hundreds, if not thousands of staffers have already left, either out of frustration or being fired because they can't listen to the insane commands of Donald Trump, or they, did a tiny, tiny comment that insulted the very thin skin of thin skin. John Kelly was his chief of staff, and he was supposed to be a voice of reason. Sometimes he was, sometimes he wasn't. He let Trump go nuts on immigrants and seemed to celebrate it in some of his own quotes. But there were reports about how when Trump wanted to do just literally insane things, like increase our nuclear arsenal tenfold, which is totally undoable, would take decades, would cost trillions. It's just, that's the thing that Rex Tillerson, his former Secretary of State, walked out and said, this guy's an effing moron, right? So Kelly knows he's a moron, etc. We don't know if this is because John Kelly once disagreed with Donald Trump on something, and Trump thought, that's it, I can't take it, how dare you? And this is very likely. Could be that John Kelly just got frustrated and was like, I don't want to go down with this ship. This guy's going down and he's a lunatic and I can't take it anymore, would be very understandable. But either way, he's gone. Now, here comes, of course, a hilarious, ironic part. So Donald Trump tweeted back in 2012, in the beginning of 2012, about Barack Obama. 3 chiefs of staff in under 3 years. No wonder he can't get any of his agenda done. There's always a Trump tweet to match the occasion, right? So he said that Kelly will be out by the end of the year. So he will have a new chief of staff that he will name in a couple of days. And he will take over at the beginning of the year. The most likely candidate is Nick Ayers, who is currently Mike Pence's chief of staff. Okay, so that would make 4 chiefs of staff in under 2 years. Oh, Bob, he said 3 chiefs of staff in 3 years. Crazy, right? 4 chiefs of staff, 2 years. Okay, I'm surprised that John Kelly lasted that long. Everybody's surprised. No one can last with him. Even his own family members are sometimes rumored to leave. But lately, Ivanka and Jared Kushner seem to have really solidified their power base. They seem to have won all the political battles because it's hard to fire your own daughter, right? So apparently they didn't like John Kelly. They wanted Nick Ayers. It looks like they're winning this battle. They like Heather Nauert, the Fox anchor, from Fox and Friends to UN ambassador, because Ivanka and Jared liked her, and Donald Trump probably thought she was pretty. Let's keep it real, okay? What qualifications does she have? I don't mind that she's a talk show host. I believe talk show hosts can know policy really well and could work in government. But Fox and Friends, come on. And you know how Trump makes decisions. He makes decisions on whether he likes your mustache or not, whether he thinks you're too overweight or not, whether he thinks you're from Central Casting or not. He's just a total clown. So no one blames John Kelly for leaving if in fact it was his decision. But look, Trump might have wanted to fire Mueller and do all sorts of crazy things. John Kelly said no. Trump said, yeah, we're going to do it. Kelly leaves. We don't know. But it could be one of 1,000 things along those lines. It'll probably be the biggest relief John Kelly has ever felt in his life. He's a 4-star military general. But probably a bigger relief than leaving any battle will be leaving that Trump administration and not having to deal with that clown. I'll tell you right now that it absolute guarantee that John Kelly will write a book, and it will be devastating. I don't know if the book's going to come out in a year. I don't know if Trump will still be president. I don't know if it comes out 5 years from now. But at some point, John Kelly's going to want to write down his frustrations and tell you the real story of the total and utter madness of Donald Trump. Write it down in stone right now. I guarantee you that happens. And everyone who writes a book after Trump loses power will tell you that he was just as insane as I said he was, and maybe even more. Okay, by the way, for God's sake, Anna was out for like 10 days, and I'm still losing the contest for who can sign up more members. We're doing it through our names. If you're going to sign up to be a member, which you should, it's like a progressive Netflix. We got dozens of progressive shows. tyt.com/jank. tyt.com/jank. That's CENK. Yes, the C is mysteriously pronounced like a J in Turkish. Okay, So sign up through that so I can catch Anna, so it's not embarrassing on Monday when she's still kicking my ass. Okay? All right. I'll see you guys on Monday. Or I'll probably do another video soon.